Never be a dictator over any group that is put in your charge, but be an example that the whole flock can follow. My dear brothers and sisters, in today's Gospel, Jesus narrates the parable of faithful and unfaithful servants and gives each one of us a call to wait and watch for his arrival. In the Gospel we read, the master assigned his servants with a certain task of taking care of his household. The servant who was faithful did his work faithfully and was rewarded. On the other hand, the servant who was unfaithful or wicked not only failed to do what he supposed to do, but also he presumed that his master would delay to come, and thus he persecuted the people who were given under his care. In Matthew chapter 22 verse 36, Jesus said, "Love God with all your heart, mind and soul, and love your neighbor as yourself." As Christians, our primary task is to give first place to God in our lives by loving Him and then love and care for the people around us, considering them as God's children and our brothers and sisters. In John chapter 13 verse 35, the Lord said very clearly that you will be known as my disciples if you love one another. By keeping the commandment of love in faith given by our Master Jesus, we keep ourselves connected to Him. Thus, our life becomes harmonious with God and with our neighbor. Each person we come across in our daily life is our responsibility to whom we need to love and care, so that by our life of love, the other person also comes to know about Jesus. We need to be a good example to the people around us as the followers of Jesus, showing our love and care for them. Unlike the unfaithful servant in today's Gospel, who disbelieved his master's words and gave a wrong example to the people around him by causing affliction on them. Many times, we as Christians tend to live a life contrary to the gospel principles. Rather than becoming servants of one another, we try to dominate one another, which often causes conflict amongst us. This kind of situation shows that we have forgotten the words of Christ, who gave us the responsibility of being His witnesses in this world by serving and loving one another. 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 3 says, "Never be a dictator over any group that is put in your charge, but be an example that the whole flock can follow." To be a good example for others, as Christians, we must abide with the words of Jesus and believe that we are accountable for everything before Him. This is possible only through prayer, where we keep ourselves connected to our great Master Jesus, who gives us the grace to live according to His words. Amen.